It's a Mario Party. If you lose, then I'm sorry. It's just a fun little game. Don't need to get broken hearted. The difficulty is hard to be a big superstar. Let's get this party started. I like to Mario Party. To Mario Party. I like to Mario Party. Ain't no party like a Mario Party. And it's just getting started. I like to Mario Party. So excited that I got invited. When it started, I like to Mario Party. There's a king and his name is Ollie. He turned the princess into origami. He's got the castle wrapped in streamers. He's like Bowser, but he's even meaner. What's going on in the town today? Ollie just folded everything, even the Goombas paper mache. But everything's gonna be okay, because I got new power. I've been getting along with Bowser and fighting against the minions. Princess, I gotta save her, and the whole world is made of paper. Tell Ollie, I'll see him later. I'll make the kingdom way safer. Now the castle's on a mountain, and the damage is astounding. Tell Ollie, King Origami, I got 1,000 gold arms on me. Paper Mario, woo! Battle with the Origami King. When I wanna feel strong, I can sing along to the Donkey Kong song all day long. All of my fears feel like they're gone when I'm singing the Donkey Kong song. I feel my best when I pound on my chest and eat my bananas until there's none left. I could break barrels till the break of dawn when I'm singing the Donkey Kong song. Though he is not a donkey at all, I don't know why, that's what he is called. But when I say it, it doesn't sound wrong. When I'm singing the Donkey Kong song, in the jungle's where I belong. When I'm singing the Donkey Kong song, when I wanna feel strong, I'm singing the Donkey Kong song. Everybody in the place to be, making their own island retreat. No one's giving out homes for free. That's why Tom Nook gave a loan to me. I earn Nook miles, I got a Nook phone. If I need to fly somewhere, I fly Dodo. My own place, I'm customizing. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Design my own clothes and I'm styling. Catching fish right off the island. Craft a ladder to start climbing. Yeah, I started in a tent. Now I'm living in a house. Got a lot of stuff and it's getting pretty full. Watch me jump this river with a pole. Da-na-na-na-na-na. If you don't like your world, you can change it. Look at Mario, he can make it. And if you see a coin, you should take it. Gotta give money cause that's what you pay with. I've been known to be a fireball shooter. I've been taking out all the Koopa Troopa. You Gotta see the way I jump and maneuver. Last name Mario, first name Super. I just say the weird mushroom, you should probably see me, 'cause I'm jumping in the air like my brother Luigi. Piranha plant, please don't eat me. I'll be inside the ghost house if someone need me. If you don't like your world, you can change it. Take it back and erase it. Jump high and squash a Goomba. Last name Mario, first name Super. Always looking up a Bonsai Bill. Someone need to tell Bowser to chill, or I might have to throw a Galoomba. Last name Mario, first name Super. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Tell you about a princess named after a fruit. She's got a pink dress and it's pretty puffy too. She's a princess, toadstool. She's a princess, so she make her own rules. She can do anything, she can do it all. She like to play tennis and she like to play golf. Or she can race a go-kart instead. Her friend Toad's got a mushroom for a head to protect Toad down from Bowser. She's got a super heart power. Got a super heart power. A super heart power. And she like to bake. She baked Mario a real big cake. Got a super heart power. Got a super heart power. It's pretty strong, the power of love. She wears long, pretty white gloves. Princess Peach Toadstool. Princess Peach Toadstool. Princess Peach Toadstool. Princess Peach Toadstool. Luigi thought it was a good day. He wanted free stay at a hotel. First day at the last resort, and it's not going so well. All of his friends got framed, and I mean it quite literally. He just found out it's a trap. King Boo is back, are you kidding me? Scary ghosts and spooky puzzles. Polter pup, we are in trouble. Polter gusty 00. Slam the ghost and you're a hero. Every ghost has a weakness. The professor helps you see it. All his research helps Luigi. He gave birth to Gooigi. Right now, listen to me. Everybody, get gooey. You can slide through the cracks. Yeah, just like that. And when it's time, you can change back. Use a burst to jump over attacks. Use a dark light to set your friends free. It's Luigi's Mansion 3. Yeah. Mario, do a power slide. Skirt, skirt. Get a boost for the ride. Started as a plumber, now he knows how to drive. When I see a ramp, know I'm gonna fly. Going off the jump, yeah, the glider helped me glide. Got banana peels on my mind. Question mark boxes filled with surprise. Think you're in first, then you better watch your back, 'cause I got a spiny shell, what you know about that? If I get a red shell, then you know I won't miss. Here we go, just like this. Doing pretty good so far. On a rainbow road with a go-kart. Yeah, I'm gonna wish upon a star. Hope I don't get a lightning bolt charge. Getting near me's not smart when I got shells twirling on a go-kart. Yeah, I'm gonna wish upon a star. It's Super Mario Kart. He's a king, but he doesn't wear pants. Got scary spikes on his wristbands. That's a big shell on his back. Gonna catch Mario into a trap. He doesn't even need a flower. He has breathing fire powers. Lives in a castle with a lot of towers. Look out for King Bowser. Have you seen him before? He's got sharp teeth and big horns. Type of guy you don't wanna come across. He's a real big boss. If you fall, then you toast. He's got a lava moat. The Koopas are his people. 800 pounds of evil. He's the king. Fire breathing. Over 8 feet in length. With superhuman strength. what's Link on this island for? Cause his ship got caught up in the storm. Now he's gotta explore Koalint. Need to find some musical instruments. Got a sword, got a shield. Nightmares, better yield. So many things that I'm looking for. We're not in Hyrule anymore. I gotta get to the top of Mount Tamaranch so I can play the Ballad of the Windfish. Yeah, I gotta wake 'em up now so I can leave Koalint. But until then, gotta fight monsters and explore dungeons. Yeah, I'm a long way from my friends. Even Zelda doesn't know what's happening. Yeah, I'm surviving on Koholint Island. Must wake up the Windfish with the instruments of the sirens. Wake up! Wake up! I love playing Super Mario games, but I think it'd be really cool if I learned how to spell everyone's name. There is a guy from Mushroom Kingdom, Mario is his name, oh, M-A-R-I-O, 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 and Mario is his name, oh. He has a brother that wears green, Luigi is his name, oh, L-U-I-G-I, 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 Luigi is his name, oh. And their friend came from an egg, and Yoshi is his name, oh. Y-O-S-H-I, 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 and Yoshi is his name, oh. The Mushroom Kingdom has a princess, and Peach is her name, oh. P-E-A-C-H, 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 and Peach is her name, oh. Mario has an arch rival, and Wario is his name, oh. W-A-R-I-O, 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 and Wario is his name, oh. There is a king of all the Koopas, Bowser is his name, oh. B-O-W-S-E-R, 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 and Bowser is his name, oh. It's been a long day. I had so many Pokemon to train, but I still got Pokemon on the brain. Cause life without my Pokemon's not the same. If you wanna be the very best, every Pokemon trainer needs a lot of rest. Professor Oak recommended I should sleep, cause I gotta be healthy. I'm gonna sleep well. If I wanna be a Pokemon master, I gotta fall asleep faster. Hear me snore like Snorlax, choo, and let me hear some more of them. If I wanna be a Pokemon master, then I gotta dream faster. I'm gonna sleep well. If I wanna be a Pokemon master, I gotta fall asleep faster.
My neighbors ask me why I'm limping down the way, and who that fella was who came by yesterday. I quickly turn my face before I start to blush, cause frankly there is nothing I can say. I've always had a thing for pushing the extremes, and I just got a thing you won't find in the magazines. This molded silicone has got me begging, please give me more of what I really need. Cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock. You need horse cock, of course cock. Grab the lube and slam the day away. My shaft is quivering and my balls are turning blue as I think of drinking in a foot or even two of my take more cock, horse cock. Shut the door and turn the lock. Is your cock a horse cock? You will never hear me saying nay, 'cause there is no cock like horse cock. Rub my dick inside a sock. Don't stop now, horse cock. Stretch out my insides and make me bray. My lovely horse cock, horse cock. Shoot the doop dup 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 da 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 horse cock, my horse cock. Yeah da 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 da. Yeah da 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 da. Yeah da 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 da.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for another stream? Maybe, just maybe, you are. This stream has been taken over. Woo!
Hey, Mr. Pumpkin, what are you doing over there? I'm serious. What the hell are you doing? Get out of my chair. Get the hell out of my chair. What is happening right now? Is this a prank? Hi. Is this a prank? Is this real? What is going on? Why are we even live? I didn't want to stream tonight. It's late. Too late to be streaming. But all of a sudden, laying in bed, I'm on my phone, I'm on my phone here, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why am I live? What is this weird Nintendo music? And then Horsecock gets played. And I'm like, I gotta rush downstairs, I gotta see what's going on, and look at him, he's at the keyboard! Then Nintendo Prime's playing a prank on me. Mr. Pumpkin? Mr. Pumpkin. Don't look at me with your beady eyes. All right. I'm going to move you over to chair number 2, okay? Hey! Give me that mouth. Look at that. You're bleeding. Got a war wound here. All right. Let me move you over. Nice and slow. Hey, I got you. Nice and slow. Ugh. Yeah, you can watch the stream. You're cool. You can watch the stream. Oh, boy. Welcome. Man. Talk about an unplanned live stream. I had to come down here just to see what the hell was going on. Nintendo Prime trying to run my show? Is he trying to run my show? I'm gonna have to text that guy right now. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I honestly have no idea what this Nintendo Prime guy's been doing. He bought an island. He just got internet like a week ago, and now he's all, oh, I have internet. Oh, I know how to hack into your computers and start streams for you. What the hell's wrong with this dude? I honestly, truly do not understand what he's doing. And he's clearly on an iPhone. He must have got an iPhone plan because I saw the super chats. I saw the super chats and I'm like, what are all these $4.99 super chats coming in from Nintendo Prime? When did he have it? He was an Android user. Last I saw, Nintendo Prime was using Android. I'm gonna have to text him right now, see what the hell's going on. You suck ass. Leave my stream alone. Oh, he's talking some mad shit to me right now. Oh, you. I can't say that word on stream. You. Well, it is what it is. Whatever, I'm here. I'm taking over the stream. We're all good. We're all done. We're all done. Stream is now back in Nate's control. We got a lot to talk about. First up, I guess Skyward Sword HD comes out this week. What the? Nintendo Prime! This has always been my show. What the fuck? Mr. Pumpkin, did you conspire? Don't lie to me. Did you conspire with Nintendo Prime? You. That's how we got access. See, that's how Nintendo Prime did it. It was you. Oh, God. All right. Well, I don't know if there's ever been a better time to drink than right now. So let's bust her out. We're already at $30 in Super Chat revenue, and like most of it's been from Nintendo Prime. I better go back and read all these Super Chats, or, you know, God knows Nintendo Prime will end up hacking my bank account and just giving all the money back to Google. Let's see here. Nate doesn't know I took over. Don't mess with my beats. I mean, there were some pretty sick beats, right? I mean, I'm sitting there listening to them. You know, I'm sitting there not realizing it's my own stream. Some pretty sick new Nintendo beats. You like those beats? Yeah, I have no idea where he got it from. I'm going to have to ask. You see, scrolling down, he said, this song is about my dad. What song? I don't even know who Nintendo Prime's dad is. Scrolling down, Justin Basil with the $6 saying, Primo Mario beats. Get ready for it. You're all welcome. This song concludes my broadcast. Okay. Well, I don't really know what was going on there. We didn't party mode that stuff up. How many Super Chats was that, by the way? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Is that 6? Are we doing a long chug to start the stream? I think so. Let's just pour this all the way up. We gotta wait. We got a lot of head. Oh no, head! Don't explode! I gotta wait. There's like this much beer and so much head. I should have poured that sideways. We're gonna have to wait a bit and let that head calm down. Let's say hi to everyone in the chat today. How you guys doing? We got 78 people here today. I think we hit 80 at one point. I know people are all confused. Hi, I am Nathaniel Rebel-Jads. Yeah. I have a little ongoing bit on my streams. Nintendo Prime is a separate person than me. There's Mr. Pumpkin, all this crap. If this is the first time seeing my stream, I'm sorry if I appear to be absolutely insane. I try to add a little spice, a little entertainment to my streams. Things like this, where I am going to sing everybody's name as I read them off. Welcome, Natsu, to the Nintendo Prime stream, along with Birdman, Amor12321_. Logan LeBlanc, and Nintendo and Sonic Gamer Girl, Link YT, along with Matt Coots. We got Catarangs here too, along with Natsu, even though I already know that one. Carl Strufert with Link YT. David Haney is here too. Don't forget Bruce Kent and Justin Basil with Jesus Calderon bringing up the rear. Next up is the Elemento Hero, the Shadowlink Dragon Wolf King, one of the longest names on YouTube. Next up is Christian Martinez. Thank you for watching the stream, along with Amor12321_. Oh, don't forget about Christian Martinez. Oh, Christian Martinez. Bruce Kent's here too. Toast comes around to tell me what to do. Actually, no, he doesn't, but who cares? William Pear is here as well. Crazy's Cough has joined our neighborhood along with Nick. I can't say your name. Next up, we have a little fire soul in my heart. Ooh, Nintendo Unite has joined us tonight, and how to do things badly is apparently a name. Next up, we have. I have no idea. All of it's the same people this whole time. Scrolling down, I see a Jonathan Evans, along with G Rocky 3, or Love Rocky 3. We got Jason Z here too. I don't know what to do until I see Mercurius brightening my night, along with Mojo Raisin. Oh ho. We got Sunny Shields here, because if you're gonna have a shield, why not have it be sunny? We got Super Robin. Hello, I must be your Batman. Kayla Pinkston has joined us too. Sean Bradshaw doesn't know what to do. And then we have to get to the Nightbot. Woohoo, the Nightbot's kind of hot. Next up, we have Ray. I hope everything's going okay. Kryptonite Crunch. Ooh, what a fun bunch. We got Abraham, because we need to say it twice. Twice is nice. Ooh, D-Pan 712101. It's like my zip code, but it's really not. Adrian. Daniel Cervera and Nintendo Lover Girl. What's up, Bruce Kent again with a little Josh Lightcap on top. Lightcap, woohoo. Flippin's here too with the flair of the legendary Lost Otaku. Funny how that rhymed. Woohoo! The Artisan's here as well. And Hugo Villarreal. Thomas Tascos along with NITL7. And I think that's the end. Thank God. Oh my God, that probably sounded horrible. I have no idea. It sounded horrible on my end. So I'm sure it sounded twice as horrible on your guys' end. That was a really long way to introduce. If I missed anyone, I greatly apologize for all of that. I hope you guys enjoyed my little skit at the beginning, all the sweet beats, all that jazz. It's been a lot of fun. We'll be streaming here for about an hour today. Probably wrapping up around 11, maybe 11:30, but I'm planning for it to be 11, but you guys know I have a planned end time, and then it just keeps going because you guys are awesome. We have a couple things to talk about. We'll be talking about a copy of Mario 64 that sold for $1.5 million. We also have Skyward Sword HD coming out this week. Otherwise, Q&A, chit-chat, all that jazz. It's a special late-night edition. So yeah, song requests are on for all super chats and donations, including, as you heard at the beginning, the Horsecock song. If people want to hear that again, it can be requested through super chats or donations. Also, doing shots, obviously, and all that. Mostly just beer shots, unless we hit $100 in super chat revenue. Then you guys know the deal. The cock tequila comes out, but right now we're only at 30, so quite a ways to go to that. I probably won't get to it tonight. Otherwise, just a ton of beer shots. I got lots of beer here to go through, so hopefully we tear through it and I end up having to go grab my backup alcohol. Yeah, so let's just have some fun tonight, huh? Also, we have a member goal. We have it every stream up here. There's a 10-member goal. If you hit that join button, every 10 new members, we will do a live giveaway during the stream. Let's get it going, baby! And finish off the start of the stream with a nice 6 straight shots of beer in one go, because I have the tallest shot glass in the world. I should probably have the tallest in the world. The tallest one I've ever seen in person. And that's what she said. All right. So, we have a Skyward Sword HD game coming out this week. Who's excited for Skyward Sword HD? Today we got a number of updates, really over the last 24 hours, for Skyward Sword HD. A couple of them I threw in my video, but there's actually a couple more I missed. So thank you to the people in the comments who pointed out that on that video. I really appreciate when people point out things, because I've been really, really busy lately. So I haven't been staying on top of the news like I usually am. So they added, obviously they made improvements to how the game starts. They made a bunch of the super long tutorial in Skyward Sword HD optional. So that's a really big thing. The Skyward Sword tutorial is notoriously really, really long. However, it's kind of understandable with the motion controls and all that. But if you're a veteran, you're going to do motion controls the whole way. You don't really need that super long tutorial this time around. So why not make a bunch of it optional? So that's really, really cool that they've done that. They have also done things like made it so you now have automatic saving. It's something we take for granted in modern gaming. But believe it or not all games didn't always have auto-saving. Skyward Sword included, back in 2011, did not have auto-saving. So really great that that's been thrown in. And then maybe the biggest update, one I forgot to mention in my video, that we found out in the last 24 hours, is that there is going to be a free roam camera with the right stick. Which, if you guys remember, hey, when you played Skyward Sword back in the day, you had to use motion controls and there was only ever one stick. So yeah, now you can use the right stick, or left stick, depending on which hand you're holding things in, as your as your free roam camera. Now, I don't know how that works with button controls, of course, because if you guys remember, you control the sword with the right stick with button control. So maybe the free roam camera is only there in motion control land. So that is something I do need to double check. Because someone in the comments told me that, and I looked it up. Sure enough, I saw a bunch of headlines saying it was announced. So if you guys know the particular details on that free roam camera, how it works with button controls, because I don't really know how it can work with button controls because the right stick's occupied. So again, it might literally be a motion control only thing where you're holding 2 Joy-Cons. But either way, even if it's a motion control only thing, it's still a nice thing to be there. And I really, really like the motion controls, and I will be streaming it this Friday. That's right, we're going to have a launch stream for Skyward Sword HD right here on the channel. So you guys can check out for yourselves. If you don't know if you want to buy it, hey, you can watch my stream and see if it interests you. First-time players, or if you're a veteran who isn't sure if it's worth the $60 reinvestment after owning or playing the original, yeah, just check out my stream, and I'll have live impressions and all this stuff. You know, I'm going to be playing it for my first time in really 9 years, roughly, since the last time I played Skyward Sword. So it's going to feel like a fairly fresh experience, even though I know everything that's going to happen. There's a lot of cutscenes in this game, but we'll watch them together. We'll have some fun. I don't know, how far we'll get. It'll probably be a 3 or 4 hour stream. We'll see how far we can get. That's going to kind of replace my normal Friday stream. So yeah, I'll still be doing questions and all that jazz. And we're just not going to have like a news topic. It's going to be like, hey, Skyward Sword HD launch stream, and then like, hey, here I am playing the game at 8 o'clock at night or something like that. We'll see. I don't think it was good because yeah, I think I'm buying a physical copy. I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm getting a physical copy of it. So only because my memory card's like full, so I got to start buying more physical until I can get one of those sweet 1 terabyte memory cards. So yeah, let me see if anyone else could be with the L or R. Oh yeah, you could have like it's kind of like a what PC gamers call like a shift alternator button to use it as well. So one of the L or R buttons, you could like hold it down and then you could use the stick to move. That is something that PC gamers do all the time. Or shift modifier button is what they're called. So yeah, that's possible. They might just have a modifier button to switch between the sword and switch between the free roam camera, and that could take some getting used to. But I don't think it'd be that bad for button users if that's how they do it. See where Pokemon Go made $5 billion. No, I did not see that. But am I surprised? I think there's over 1 billion active players that have been active in the last 30 days on Go. So making $5 billion doesn't surprise me. Pokemon Go is still, even though we're not supposedly in the heyday of Pokemon Go, guess what's happening as the pandemic lifts up worldwide? Pokemon Go players are going back up because they're back out in the world going for walks and finding Pokemon and having fun. Yeah, Pokemon Go is still one of the biggest games on the app stores right now. And when did it come out? 2017, right? Has it been like 4 years? So yeah, like Pokemon Go is still one of the biggest applications in mobile phone history. It's today, like with the number of people playing it right now, not even talking the peak days. Like it arguably never really left the peak. It just plateaued and it's kind of just stayed there. 2016, okay, yeah. So it's basically stayed at a very consistent high number where however many people it loses, it gains new. So it's kind of just stuck there, which is really good news for Niantic and the Pokemon Company and Nintendo as they all continue to make massive bank. I mean, $5 billion obviously split between all those companies. That is a lot of money. Now you can understand why Nintendo went directly to Niantic and said, hey, we want to make a Pikmin game with you. See how Pikmin works. Because Niantic's the one making the Pikmin mobile game. Very curious to see how that one works, because that's probably going to be a 50-50 split. Because he got the Pokemon Company involved with Pokemon Go, but with this game, if this can blow up, I don't know if it can blow up to the level of Pokemon. Pokemon obviously already was really, really popular and had other mobile apps. But if Pikmin can even get a minute fraction of Pokemon Go popularity, I mean, you got Pikmin, 50% revenue shares. That's going to be huge for Nintendo if Niantic can do that right. So remember, that is something that's coming, folks. We're supposed to get a Pikmin game made by Niantic on phones. So that would be really, really cool. And by the way, just so you know, when Nintendo tends to launch mobile phone games of an IP, usually that means there's a new game coming for that IP soon. So Pikmin Mobile leading into Pikmin 4 on Switch. Oh yeah, baby. Let's go! That's what's more exciting, is that the mobile game might lead to Pikmin 4 coming out. Because Nintendo likes to use their mobile games to sell Switch games. Have I announced the winners of the Skyward Sword HD copies yet? Nope. You can still enter. We don't announce winners until Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. So, no winners till Thursday. Thursday. Let's see here. Oh, someone asked me earlier, I think it was FireSoul, if I had sold my PlayStation 5 yet. Yes. Now there's going to be people like, what the fuck? You sold your PlayStation 5? One, I needed a quick cash influx for something. That something's been taken care of. So yes, I did sell my PlayStation 5. I got some crazy offers for it, by the way. I'm happy to say I sold it for $500 plus $50 shipping. I actually lost money, if you want to talk about it like selling it new, because it cost $550 with taxes for me to buy it in the first place. But it is technically a used PlayStation 5, and I sold it for, I would say probably $50. I would argue that I sold it for $50 cheaper than I paid for it, and then obviously the person paid for shipping. So yes, my PlayStation 5 is sold. I didn't scalp the fuck out of it. I had offers of $600, $700. There was one person who was trying to PayPal me $950, and they like tried to just do it and said, yeah, here's $950, give me it. I'm like, I already sold it, bro. So I refunded them their money. It's crazy. But I was not looking to scalp and make a shitload of money off of it. I just needed money for something that I don't want to discuss. It's a personal matter. But that doesn't mean I'm giving up on PlayStation 5. Don't worry about it. I have decided, two things I have decided in the course of selling my PlayStation 5 is, one, I'm going to get one again because I want one. Two, I'm going to get the $400 version. Now you might go, but Nate, why downgrade from the disc version? Well, I have owned the PlayStation 5 since like March, and I have yet to stick a physical disc in that device. I don't own PlayStation 4 games, so I don't have a back catalog of games that just slap into it. So any PlayStation 4 games I play are things that are added to PlayStation Plus. And yeah, every PlayStation 5 game I own, I bought digitally. And since I keep just buying the games digitally, I don't really see the point of having it physical, because all the physical games that I want to buy are the ones that I would consider reselling. Like, say, a Madden game, or say, say something right, like Madden or a Call of Duty, like games that you're gonna, might as well maximize your value and resell the physical copies and get some money back for it, right? Well, the thing is, if I'm going to buy those physical copies, I own an Xbox Series X. I could just buy the copies for the Series X, and then I could just use PlayStation 5 as a digital console. So I'm going to get the $400 one, and I was very confident that I can get a new $400 one, which I plan to buy next week. I have an inside track at my local Best Buy who's starting to sell PlayStation 5s in person. And I got an inside track on a PS4 digital next week, dropping on Wednesday, from a buddy of mine that works there. So people are like, oh my God, you're selling your PlayStation 5. I'm only going to be without it a week. I'll be okay. I will be just fine. Believe me, I'm going to be just fine. And by the way, I have a whole bunch of games to play still on my Xbox and on my Switch. So Skyward Sword HD included coming up. So yeah, as for why don't I sell the Xbox instead? Hey, you can sell the Xbox, and if you just care about all digital, get the S, or go get a Series X. It's easier to get a Series X. I agree. One thing was, I know that basically I chose to sell. I could have sold the Xbox for probably the same amount. I chose to sell the PlayStation 5 because it's in more demand, and I knew that one of my fans would appreciate the opportunity to buy one at basically MSRP price, minus taxes plus shipping, versus the Series X. I just knew that it would help somebody else out a lot. I realized I don't really need the disc version. Somebody else can have that disc version who really wants it. There's a lot of people out there that are not in areas like mine with an inside track at a retailer to go pick one up. So I figured, you know what? Kind of sort of, I knew that someone could really want this and make use of it in a way that they can't use personally. Plus, I feel a little bad if I sold the Xbox. I customized my Xbox. If you guys remember, I did a live stream where I put liquid metal. That's right, my Xbox is liquid metal cooled, as it were. I got rid of the thermal paste, replaced it with liquid metal, did that on live stream. I'd feel a bit bad if I sold that Xbox and then it died in 6 months because of the liquid metal. So yeah, I'd rather just keep that here. And you could argue it's worth more because it is liquid metal, but yeah, I didn't want to send that off to people. And yes, my thermals are actually better with the liquid metal, so there is that. But I have never opened the PlayStation 5, so I don't even think I've taken the side panels off. It's basically a brand new PlayStation 5. It's been used. I mean, I've played on it, but I told the person if when they get it, if they don't like, if they think the sticks are worn or something, which to me they still look brand new, but if there's any issues with the controller, then I'll just buy them a new PlayStation 5 controller for the system. Because I don't want to send them anything broken. So I'm like, hey, look, if you get there and there's some drift or something happening with your PlayStation 5 controller, I'll buy you a new one. You can keep that one and you can give that crappy controller to a player too. I don't see any issues with it, but you know, maybe a more hardcore Sony fan might be like, oh man, there's some slight lag or some slight this or slight this. I don't fucking know. Let me see here. I'll never buy a PlayStation 5. Sorry, the games suck. I don't. Let's not go there. I wasn't that into Returnal either myself personally, the Artisan. But there's other games that are very good. So I'm not going to go there with just because every game isn't good for you. Returnal's a very niche game, not going to be for everyone. But there are some good games on PlayStation 5, even if you just look to the fact you can play the entire PlayStation 4 library on it. There's some really good games there. Sweet Life Video Brandon says I prefer media due to my slow Wi-Fi. Yeah, see, I have Wi-Fi 6 and I have a gig internet in my house. It's not a perfect gig. It's not like fiber. Like sometimes I'm only getting like 300 up, which is still a lot. No, 300 down. Sorry, my up is shit. Charter Spectrum can fuck off with that. I pay a lot of money for my internet to have really shitty up, and that's exactly why. I don't even pay for it for the gig. I pay for it so I can get 30 up, which is just garbage for YouTube. Just garbage. Like my streams, I know why I can't stream in 4K, because I only get 30 up. It's bullshit. Anyways, not that it really matters if I stream in 4K. Most of you guys might not be able to even watch it in 4K, but hey, I have the capability to stream in 4K. I don't have any option for better up or a better internet provider in my area. Digital libraries. And another thing about digital libraries is it also gets rid of my temptation to sell games. It's like, oh man, I really want to buy this thing today, but I get paid tomorrow. Let me just go sell some games I don't play. And then later I regret that I sold those games. Like I don't have to worry about that when I go digital as well. So yeah, there's that. Someone asked me earlier as well if I'm going to get a Switch OLED. That's my current plan. Yeah, I plan to get it day one. We'll see. Pre-orders aren't up yet. I have no idea when pre-orders will be up. Nintendo hasn't announced the day for it. I have yet to see US pre-orders go up anywhere. I know UK, Australia, etc. They've taken pre-orders. As far as I'm aware, US pre-orders have not happened for Switch OLED. Don't know when they will. I've checked at my local GameStop. I've called them every day. They're not taking pre-orders yet. So have to wait and see. I would like to get it locally pre-ordered so then I can do like a launch pickup stream and all that. But yeah, I do plan to get Switch OLED. It'll become obviously my primary Switch. I'll still keep my secondary Switch for a little while. Who's texting me now? Someone who I haven't talked to in a while. All right. Sorry. It's a text I shouldn't respond to. I shouldn't wait. All right. Sorry. This is this. Well, I suppose for him, it's only the person texting me. Yeah. And the person next to me was like, it's 8 p.m. for him. All right. Why didn't Nintendo make a more powerful console during the Wii and Wii U and the Switch's Crash XD? I can tell you exactly why Nintendo didn't go for power. Some people always wonder, like, why didn't Nintendo go for power? Those bastards, right? Like, oh my God, Nintendo sucks. Why didn't they go for power? Because they did, and they sucked at it. Let me explain. The last time Nintendo had a powerful console was the GameCube, right? It was more powerful than the PlayStation 2, less powerful than the Xbox. People always say, GameCube was the most powerful system of its generation. No, because Xbox was part of its generation. Xbox was the most powerful console. That was the selling point for Xbox. What happened is PlayStation 2 blew the fuck up. GameCube couldn't even sell well at $100. They literally discounted GameCube to $100 at one point and still couldn't sell well. Then the OG Xbox came out, and the OG Xbox started selling bigger numbers at the time than GameCube was doing at that time. So Nintendo was being outsold by a newcomer while being completely destroyed by PlayStation 2. Like, I mean, PlayStation 2 is the number one selling system of all time. Nothing's passed it yet. Maybe Switch will get there. DS didn't pass it. So it's the number one selling video game console of all time. And then you had Xbox, a newcomer, starting to outsell GameCube. It really made Nintendo rethink their entire strategy for approaching game systems, realizing, hey, at no point in the history of video games has three powerful consoles existed together and all three of them been successful. It's never happened. There's been attempts at it. Atari ended up having to bow out to Nintendo and Sega. Sega ended up having to bow out to Nintendo and PlayStation. And then, hey, instead of Nintendo bowing out, because that's what naturally would have happened, Nintendo's getting crushed. So instead of bowing out, or what Nintendo would have likely done instead of bowing out, is just focus on handheld, because Nintendo's handhelds, people don't like thinking about this, handheld Nintendos have always carried Nintendo. The Game Boy crushed the NES sales. Game Boy Advance crushed, N64 and SNES combined. DS obviously crushed even Wii, like destroyed Wii sales, right? 3DS crushed Wii U sales. So when you think about it, Nintendo has always really been massively successful, way more so than home console, with their handheld systems. So from even though a lot of us look fondly back at the old days, running NES all the way through GameCube, technically Nintendo was making more money and selling more units of handhelds. Nintendo was kind of sort of a handheld first company, home console second. So if they were going to dip out after GameCube, it would have been just to focus exclusively on handheld. Nintendo would still be around. It would just be handheld gaming, which is sort of what they are today with Switch, although obviously you're with the docket with the TV. So what Nintendo decided with Wii, and then obviously with Wii U, which we'll get to Wii U in a moment, it's a bit of a different situation. What they decided with Wii was that we are going to do something different than what everyone else is doing. Instead of us going for an HD powerful platform like we tried to do with GameCube, we're instead going to draw things back a bit and go after a segment of gaming that we think home consoles at the moment are ignoring. That segment of gaming being really young children, because they felt like controllers with twin sticks and all that were getting a little complicated for, remember, this is before tablets and smartphones, right? So, yeah, like they felt like it was getting a little too complicated for little kids, 5-year-olds and under. And I can attest, my 5-year-old today still struggles with twin sticks, right? My fiance, who doesn't play a lot of games, she struggles with, when she tries to play a shooter, she can't handle that whole twin stick thing. She just can't wrap her mind around it. Now imagine a 5-year-old. Sometimes it's really hard for them as well, especially if they, my kids grew up with touch gaming, so to go to that is like really difficult for them. My sons, my older kids are adjusting better, but my youngest is struggling with it, and that's fine. So Nintendo decided we're going to go after young kids, and we're going to go after adults and grandparents who don't game, because gaming's too complicated for them. It's just not something that's deemed acceptable in their house. Gaming's gotten too hardcore. And so then they created essentially what is now known as that casual market. People that might not necessarily game all the time, but when they do game, they're interested in certain types of games. which is funny because a lot of the people that are interested in those types of games actually end up gaming more than the people who consider themselves hardcore gamers. And now we're starting not to separate people up by how much they game. We're starting to separate casual versus core versus hardcore based on what they game, which I think is complete bullshit. And I don't think we should base who's a hardcore gamer based on what games you prefer to play. If you like to play Cooking Mama and you play Cooking Mama for 100 plus hours a week, I'm sorry, you're a hardcore fucking gamer because you're taking 100 hours out of your week to play a fucking video game. I don't care what game it is. I don't care if it's World of Warcraft. I don't care if it's Candy Crush on your phone. If you're spending 100 hours a week playing a goddamn video game, you're a hardcore gamer. I don't care what fucking game you're playing. But unfortunately, we got elitist about you're not a real gamer if you're not playing this. You're not a real gamer if you're not playing that. Oh, you spend 18,000 hours a year playing video games. But because you're playing these set of games that we think are bullshit, like Just Dance, you're not a real gamer. And it's so stupid and elitist and bullshit. People are allowed to play the games they want to play. That's besides the point. Nintendo started to create that sort of momentum with Wii, where they decided we can't do the power and be successful like we once could. And if you look at it, NES to SNES to N64 to GameCube, each system sold less and less and less as PlayStation 1 was outsold by PlayStation 2. Xbox outsold by Xbox 360. There was a trend that other people were doing that power game better than Nintendo. So Nintendo decided, well, what made us popular back in the NES days? Well, when we saved gaming. We saved home console gaming by introducing a whole new crowd to video games. And they said, we could do that again and make it cheap and affordable. $250, cheapest console at the time. At launch, $250, motion controls. So that's why Nintendo decided, hey, let's not do the power thing. Let's reimagine this and try to introduce more people into gaming. And again, this was before smartphones and tablets were a thing. And obviously, smartphones started becoming a thing in like 2007 and really blew up, by the time we got to like 2011, 2012, right? Smartphones, tablets, that was kind of a thing. A lot of people had at least one of those devices in their house, if not multiple. All right, so then Nintendo decided with Wii U, hey, Nintendo thought they were going for power with Wii U. It was almost like they were tone deaf because Wii U, for all intents and purposes, is basically a PlayStation 3 and an Xbox 360. It was literally on par with current platforms at that time. And Nintendo even locked down deals with EA because EA thought Nintendo was going all power. Nintendo advertised Wii U as a powerful system. They said, hey, we see that the casual market's being overtaken by X, Y, and Z. We're gonna go back into the hardcore market. We're gonna dominate. We're gonna carry the Wii brand. We're gonna make sure the casuals that are starting to get into harder, more serious games aren't gonna run over to PlayStation, aren't gonna run over to Xbox or PC. We're gonna have them run back to us with Wii U. So they have their casual games and their hardcore games all in one spot. That was Nintendo's plan with Wii U. Not only did they fumble the naming convention, they fumbled the marketing, and then they also fumbled the entire concept of the system with the gamepad, which I still think was a really nice concept, which obviously was like a half step leading the Switch. But the problem is that power-wise with Wii U, they completely misjudged what was about to happen. I think they saw the sales of PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 and how strong they were going, and they thought, hey, when we release this platform in 2012, they're still going to be running PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 until 2013, 2014. Because look at the sales of their platforms. They're going so strong. We're just going to release a system that's at the same level as those systems. We're going to get all the multi-platform games for the next 3 to 4 years. And by that point, we can already start talking about next gen again. And reality is, 1 year later, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One came out. 1 year later, Wii U looked like garbage. And Nintendo failed to deliver games. And so they had this huge conglomeration of doing everything wrong with Wii U, which they tried to make a powerful platform. That's when Nintendo decided, fuck it, we're done. We're done. We're going to lean on what we do best, making handhelds. But we're not going to call it a handheld because we want people to view it in the light of core gaming. Handhelds aren't viewed in the light of core gaming, even though that's what Nintendo's best at. Home consoles are. So what we're going to do is we're going to release a portable platform that you can easily dock with your TV. And it's going to be using more modern tech than the Wii U. We're going to get more towards an Android/PC architecture. And we're going to partner with a company that has a chip in 2015 that failed in their devices because we don't believe they knew what they were doing with their devices. We know what we're doing with ours. And we're going to call our device the Switch, since you could switch it from handheld to home console and back and forth again. And on top of it, we're not even going to call it a handheld. We're going to say it's a home console that you could take with you on the go. And that's going to be our marketing spin. And it was brilliant. So if you wonder why Nintendo has been underpowered since the days of Wii, they couldn't compete. They failed. They saw sinking sales. They wanted to introduce gamers back in. That grabbing the casual market only worked in that moment because there wasn't other devices that were simpler and easier to use. Turns out things like a smartphone, things like a tablet are much easier for kids and grandparents and all that to learn how to use. Touch gaming, for as much as you want to insult touch gaming is very simple, very easy for people to pick up and learn how to do. You could be someone who's never played a game on your phone, and you could easily figure out how to play Fruit Ninja within the first 30 seconds of playing it. It's very simple, very easy to get into, and fits a lot of people's lifestyles very easy because it's a device they already own, they already pay for, and they could just play games for free. It just made a lot of sense that that was going to overtake the so-called casual gaming market. So Nintendo knew we couldn't just go after that, and I think they knew that with Wii U. Just their idea of getting back into the power game was short-sighted. So then they decided, hey, we have a different way we can go after that same audience, and that's giving them the ability to take Breath of the Wild on the go. Mario Odyssey on the go, but still playable on your TV, just like it's a traditional Nintendo home console. So Nintendo found a way to capture core gamers again, but do it in the only way that Nintendo could really do. I don't think anyone else would have pulled it off. PlayStation tried with Vita and couldn't do it. So in a way that only Nintendo could do. So that's really what happened. So why doesn't Nintendo play the power game? Because they're not very good at it. They're just not. 3 systems that are all aiming for power have proven to not have a place in the marketplace. Could Nintendo go for power and push Xbox out of the marketplace? Maybe, but Xbox is already kind of conceding the marketplace and going, hey, we're going to have streaming services. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And that might become the next big thing. Game Pass is already one of the greatest deals, if not the best deal in gaming. But Nintendo has such a massive success with Switch, and there's really nothing dethroning them. The closest is game streaming, and even then, it's unreliable on the go. Not unreliable to pick up your Switch, take it off the dock, and play things on the go. So I think Nintendo's going to lean on this for at least another generation, and then we'll see where streaming and everything is at that point. Because that's really the only thing at this point that can knock Nintendo down. Because guess what? Phones aren't going to start coming with button controls. So the only thing that's really going to knock Switch off its perch, and a Switch 2, or anything else moving forward, is going to be game streaming. When it gets so easy that with 1 bar of 5G, or 4G LTE, or whatever, you can still stream all your games on your phone. That could be something that might be a threat, but for right now, it's really not. Game streaming is real, it's legit, it's better than you think it is, but also it's still not really that convenient in every given mobile gamer situation, whereas Switch always is. Unless you're obviously also trying to stream games, which you're really only going to do when you're docked anyways. And it's really easy to bring your dock with the hotels and all that. So, yeah, Nintendo's not going to play the power game. They don't care about the power game. They're never going to care about the power game again. That doesn't mean they're not going to release more powerful hardware or a potential Switch upgrade or the Switch 2 isn't going to be more powerful. The Switch OLED is just a Switch XL. It's going to replace the base model of Switch probably in a year. And that's okay. Nintendo doesn't have to play the power game. The days of Nintendo playing the power game have been gone for almost 2 decades at this point. So I don't know why people keep expecting Nintendo to go and play the power game. They have to compete with the PlayStation 5. No, they don't. Why is nobody saying that, let's say Xbox, right? Xbox isn't going to sell 100 million units, right? Why aren't we saying Microsoft and Xbox needs to compete with Switch? Why isn't it the other way around? Switch is about to sell 100 million units. Switch might become the best-selling platform of all time. Now, we can understand why PlayStation might be like, oh yeah, we don't say that about PlayStation. They always sell 100 million. But what about Xbox? Why aren't we saying, why doesn't Xbox compete with Nintendo? Why aren't they making a mobile system? Clearly, there's a massive market for it, so why don't they do it? It's not that simple. What Nintendo is finding success with Switch is not easy to do. So, kudos to Nintendo. We had a super chat come in. Stop ignoring all my chats. First off, Isaac. Hi. Thank you for the $2. Let me pour your shot. Number 2, Isaac. You think you were the only chat being ignored? I have not read the chat in like 15 minutes. So don't think that you're being treated any differently than anybody else in the chat. I literally, until that notification popped up for a super chat, hadn't even looked at the chat in 15 minutes. So I'm just saying, man. I wasn't treating you poorly. I wasn't reading anyone else's chats either. That being said, party time. Thank you, Isaac, for the $1.99. All right. It's all right, man. I know you've been around for a while. I know, man. It's all good. Nintendo, I'm so drunk and I missed you. What? You're drunk and you missed me, Isaac. Nate, you are glowing gold and I'm pale porcelain. And Nintendo released a useless console. What even matters? Switch OLED is not useless. Let me explain something about Switch OLED. Because I know that there's a lot of like people are like, oh man, it's useless, it's dumb. It's fine, you don't have to buy one. But we have to remember, calling Switch OLED useless is like calling version 2 of Switch useless. Who cares? It's just longer battery life. Who cares? It's useless. But it's not. A couple things. One, version 2 of Switch exists because there was an exploit with version 1 happening with hackers. So they modified and shrunk the chip to get rid of that exploit. And they put it in Lite, and then they put it in Switch, and then conversely it uses less power, so you got better battery life. But honestly, version 2 of Switch was pointless. Way more pointless than OLED. Here's what OLED Switch does for you. And by the way, this doesn't mean you have to buy the damn thing. One, it's going to replace the base Switch in a year or two. So it's going to end up getting price cut, and it's going to be $299 in a year, maybe 2 years. It's going to be the base model Switch, the new base model. But it does a few things. One, it sets up the future of Switch. No one wants to talk about that. Forget if you think a Switch Pro is coming. Forget about it. You could think there's never going to be a Switch Pro. But you know what's going to happen with Nintendo's next handheld system? It's also going to have an OLED screen. Because now Nintendo set a bar. You can't go backwards now. All future Nintendo handheld systems that have a screen are going to be OLED. That's awesome. That is fucking sweet. They're done with LCD. They didn't even go to IPS. They went straight to OLED. The only thing next is QLED, going up to 4K or something, right? Like, they can go up to 1080p, but I mean, you know, once you're going beyond OLED, you go to QLED or something, right? Like, that's amazing. That is fucking great, and that should excite you. Because while Vita had an OLED screen, Vita couldn't sell. Switch sells. So Nintendo's going to be using OLED moving forward. They're not going to be able to step backwards and release a worse product than 720p OLED. 2, the OLED model fixes one of the weirdest complaints, but also it's a true complaint. If you play in TV mode on a quality TV, it doesn't even need to be an OLED TV, just a quality TV that has good contrast and good colors, and you are playing your game on it, and then you lift it up on handheld, it's a little washed out in handheld. The color accuracy isn't there. Nintendo is using the cheapest of the cheap LCD panels. It's got really terrible contrast, and it's just not that great looking. And I think if you ever get if you don't own one, if you have a friend with a Switch OLED, and you bring up, say, Breath of the Wild on both platforms and you hold them side by side, you're going to notice a massive color difference. There's going to be the colors of the game, if you haven't played it on a quality TV, the colors in Breath of the Wild, they're going to fundamentally look like it's a completely different game and it's been recolored with a mod. That's how drastic OLED is compared to LCD. So, yeah, you could still see that for yourself. You get, plug it into an OLED TV. Yeah, it might look a little blurry, but look at the colors, and then lift up your thing and look at the colors. You'll be like, "Whoa, that looks a little washed out." It's almost like there's a filter over the game. Yeah, because that's factually what's happening. It's a crappy LCD, one of the shittiest LCD panels out there. So you could not give a shit about that, especially if you play in in home console mode all the time, right? In docked mode. But still, it is a big deal. Not if not because you're going to buy this, for whenever you buy a more powerful Switch or the next gen Nintendo handheld, whatever, is going to end up having an OLED panel, bare minimum. Beautiful. Mwah. That's good. 2, kickstand. Most people, I think the kickstand might be the upgrade that people care about the least, but I also know what the use case is for the kickstand. Because while I don't give a shit about the kickstand, because I didn't even really use the kickstand on my current Switch besides like propping it up on a table or whatever for videos and stuff like that. My kids take the Joy-Cons off the rails and lay down or sit at a table all the goddamn time and play games on Switch. All the time. They're constantly using tabletop mode. Constantly. And the kickstand sucks and it always falls over and they always complain about it. Guess what? That's not a problem with Switch OLED. And you might be like, but you're not going to spend $350 for your kids. No, I'm buying it for me. But when it becomes the stock standard Switch, yeah, there's going to be a lot of kids that take advantage of that new improved kickstand. So it's not for me, but I know who it's for, and who it's for, they're going to love it. And that's my kids. There's going to be adults, obviously, that play in tabletop mode in certain situations, break rooms, all that jazz. I get that as well. There's also just something to fundamentally understand from having a bigger screen. I'm not saying that they have to launch the next handheld platform with a 7-inch panel, but I feel like they're probably not going to go back. I think the next handheld they do is also going, besides doing like a light version or a smaller version, the next handheld they do is going to probably also be 7 inches. And I think that's nice. I think when you see it in person, I think you're going to see, yeah, that's pretty nice. Beyond all that, the Ethernet port, which you don't have to buy a Switch OLED for that. The Ethernet port matters for one reason and one reason only. USB 2.0. By now, if you want Ethernet for your Switch, you probably plugged in a cheap dongle, right, for Ethernet. The problem is that dongle can only run at the same speeds as the USB connection on the dock, which is 2.0, which really limits you. So say you have like me, like I have a gig internet down. Say you have that. You're significantly limited. You're not even getting 1/100th of your internet speed over USB 2.0. So a lot of the lag, a lot of the really slow downloads could honestly be attributed to Wi-Fi and or USB 2.0 speeds. A local Ethernet port highly likely uses the stock standard 1 gigabyte connection because it's cheap. It's literally 2 cents. I know the cost of the part because I used to do motherboard manufacturing as a job. It costs 2 cents to throw in a 1 gig controller for that Ethernet port. Having a local Ethernet port could literally solve half of our issues playing online with bad connections. Not even kidding. We always blame Nintendo servers. Nobody looks at the fact that our fucking Switch has a horrible connection to the internet, even if the Wi-Fi is going well, even if you're wired in. It's still a shit connection because the speeds are too limited. They're too limited. A local 1 gig Ethernet port is going to make a massive difference for online play and downloads. Now again, you don't have to buy a Switch OLED for that. You can just buy the new dock, right? They're selling it for $100 or whatever. But yeah, I'm just saying that it's not like this is the biggest of biggest upgrades and nobody has to buy it. And if you don't care about online play, you don't care about handheld play, you don't care about the color contrast difference, then who cares? You don't care about the bigger screen, who cares? You don't have to get it. But it's not really necessarily about it being a pointless upgrade. It's a upgrade that's pointing to the direction Nintendo's heading in the future. in the future, any future dockable device Nintendo offers, it's going to have an Ethernet port. In portable mode, it's going to have an OLED panel, right? So when we do get a more powerful device, because there's going to be a next gen something at some point, right? This isn't it. They're just never, it's not like they're releasing this and we're never getting another product again. They're going to make another handheld again. And it's probably going to still be able to dock with your TV in some form or another. I presume there'll be a Switch 2 or something. All of these improvements are going to also be there, if not even better. They set a new baseline. And that's exciting. Even if this isn't the Switch for you, it's exciting because it sets a new baseline that every future device is going to be at least on par with, if not better than. So that's why. That's why it's exciting. You don't have to care about it. You can just pretend the Switch OLED was never announced. But you're going to love it when you finally do get a device you want to buy and all these improvements happen to also be on that device. Let's see here. KFC console pre-orders begin on October 10th. And it comes, yeah, KFC console, baby. I wonder what the specs are in that bad boy. I should probably look that up. It's just a gaming PC, but do you think wouldn't it be funny if I tell people that I'm editing all my videos with the KFC console? All my videos are edited by the KFC console. Rendered by KFC console. You're buying it for the kickstand? Yeah. I mean, if you're a heavy kickstand user, this is like no more third-party accessories, basically, because everyone's using like third-party accessories for kickstands, and none of them are as good. I mean, yeah. Do you think there's going to be a Switch Lite revision? No. I think the only reason you're not going to see a Switch Lite revision, at least not now, and people going, oh, they're going to bring OLED screen to Switch Lite. I don't think so. I think the idea of the Switch Lite is to always be that budget Switch, and because of that, they're going to keep using the cheapest of the cheapest parts. So I think that budget Switch is eventually, like Switch Lite, I think is going to be, in 3 years, is going to be $99. And that's because they're not using OLED and other stuff. They're sticking with the cheapest of the cheapest shit they can get to chop that price down. So it's going to be like half the cost it is now, I think, in 3 years. That's because I think within 3 years, there's going to be a more expensive something, whether it's a next-gen Switch or a new handheld or Switch Pro or sometime in the next 3 years, I think there's going to be another new device, and that's what's going to lead Nintendo to start chopping prices on this stuff. Mr. Game Guy says, 100% agree. Well, thanks. It's not a bad update. I just don't need it. Yeah, again, I can see why Switch OLED isn't for a lot of people. But you should still be excited about what it means for a system in the future you might want to buy that's handheld. Because even if you don't play it handheld, all the improvements will also be on that platform too. So even on the rare chance that you do play handheld, or even the Ethernet port, and the rare chance you do take advantage of that, hey, you get those improvements, and that's nice. Nice. Obviously, I hope their next platform is at least 1080p and blah 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 blah. But we don't really know what they're doing. Only Nintendo knows. Freaky Deaky says, I still prefer playing my Switch on the TV way more than I do handheld. And besides a better playing experience, I'm paranoid my Switch will get stolen or lost somewhere when I take it out places. Yeah. I mean, my Switch, my son had his Switch stolen. He took it to his school. I think, school, when you're a kid, that's a high likely place to get things stolen, especially when you don't have a locker. Even then, some kids know how to get into lockers, or they'll just straight up use a bolt cutter and cut the lock off. I do think there's a lot of situations where it might not be ideal. As an adult, I don't worry about it. If I'm worried about stuff getting stolen, then I would never bring anything anywhere. I wouldn't bring my wallet with me. I would never bring a backpack. I would never bring my laptop anywhere. Like, when you're an adult, you don't worry about it as much because I guess we're just safer with our items. Like, I'm not going to forget my Switch at the coffee shop when it's here and I'm wearing a backpack. I will just stick it back in my backpack when I'm done playing. I'm not going to leave it on the table. Just like my phone. I'm not going to leave my phone, right? It's either going to be in my pocket, or if it's on the table, I'm going to pick it up before I leave. So it's just a habit, right? You just form habits to just put it back in your backpack. So yeah, that's one of those habit-forming things. I don't know, for kids, I remember being a kid. My kids are kids. They can be really lackadaisical about things, and that's how they lose things. But I don't have that problem. And now, I've been also a tech guy for a long time, so I'm always very conscious. Where's my phone? Where's my wallet? Where's my laptop? We're going on a cruise. Where's my phone? Where's my wallet? Where's my laptop? That's going to be locked in the room. Like, I'm going to constantly be checking to make sure I'm not losing any of my stuff. You know? Oh, we have another one popping in! Thank you, Ray, for the $5. Says, random question. Any luck with Metroid Dread Special Edition? Nope. I've had zero luck with that. Tried so hard to get a pre-order, but I couldn't snag one. Yeah, man. I have not had luck with anything Metroid related at all. Sucks. It really sucks. I mean, I'm gonna get the game, of course, but it just kind of sucks that I haven't had any luck with Dread itself. I really appreciate the $5. I thank you guys so much. We're almost at $40 tonight. You guys are awesome. Granted, I know it's that guy out on an island that upped it to start the stream. That bastard. Let's see here. Lots of people talking in the chat here. Do you think pre-order for the OLED will start knock? I have no idea. I hope that Nintendo announces a pre-order date. Because what I'm going to end up doing if they announce a pre-order date and they hold retailers to it is I'm going to go camp out at GameStop to get an ordering because I'm going to want to order locally. So I don't know if I'm doing overnight camp. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm gonna go there. You know, I'll probably be streaming it, right, guys? Off my phone or whatever. Bring some battery packs. Could probably sit in my car for some of it. I mean, the reality is it's nice. It's Wisconsin weather right now. It's actually really nice right now. So, you know, I don't really even need to be in my car except maybe to use the air conditioner. Just funnel it from my car to a little tent. Do I even have a little tent? I have a big tent. I don't know if I have like a little one-person tent. My kids might. I think they have a Cub Scout one. Just camp out in that little tiny tent. Let's see here. Do you think pre-order for the OLED? Oh yeah, I don't know about that. Atlas just teased 7 projects for Persona's 25th anniversary. Yeah, it'd be cool if those projects come to the Switch. Paul Gill Network said the day that Nintendo Switch Lite drops to $99 is going to be such an easy impulse buy. The sales of it should last for a long time. Oh yeah. Switch. I mean, they already don't sell a lot of Switch Lites because people don't want to. That people would rather just pay an extra $100 and get that ability to play it on a TV. So it's kind of like the value proposition's a little off for it. I mean, I think prices on Switch Lite are probably going to drop in like the next year anyways. I don't know if it's going to drop to $99, but I think they're going to cut it by $50 before next holiday. Because like literally they can keep Switch Lites in stock, but they're having a hard time selling them at the current price. So I think that's going to get a price cut sometime in the next year anyways. It won't be $99 though. I still think it's going to be probably 2 or 3 years before it hits $99. But as an employee, I bring my tablet to work, so I never use the lock on my locker. I don't see the Switch we're selling any fewer than 140 million. Yeah, I think the Switch will hit 140. I don't know if it's going to become... I think Switch has a unique chance to maybe become the best-selling platform of all time. And we'll see. Maybe PlayStation 5 ends up passing. I have no idea when PlayStation 5 momentum is going to slow down, if it ever slows down in the next 6 years. I have no idea. Maybe PlayStation 5 is going to literally just be selling 20+ million every single year for the next 5 or 6 years. I have no clue. I don't know. I mean, PlayStation 5 might end up getting up there. It's too early to say that, but it's also like, yeah, but when the hell is it going to slow down? I mean, we're getting closer and closer to a year out and hasn't slowed down, which, of course, not. 2 years out, I don't think it's going to slow down. Is it going to slow down ever at some point in here? I have no clue. So, I mean, it will eventually, obviously, but it's one of those, I don't know. You know, we back? Back, right? Weird. YouTube streaming server crashed for a moment. They just sent me an email. We're back up, though. We're good. We're good. Yeah, YouTube streaming servers went down for a moment. We're back, though. We're good. All right. So anyway, since most of what I said about Wii U got missed, I personally think Wii U failed. Has nothing to do with the media. Long story short, I said a lot and it got cut off. Has to do with the name. Has to do with the way it was marketed. When my mom, who doesn't pay attention to any video game media ever, hears the name Wii U and thinks it's a accessory, then she sees the box and thinks it's just an expensive accessory. And those are the people that bought Wii U. Nintendo messed up. Media, to me, played very little in why Wii U failed. Media could have said it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and it still would have sold like shit. The issues of Wii U started... I mean, you could argue it started with even the idea of the Wii U. But... anyways, we're back. YouTube can't handle the prime time tonight. Too much prime time. Yeah, I don't know why the streaming servers went down, but we're back. Yeah, Natsu, what happened? Okay, so here's what happens when streams crash on YouTube side. I have to reboot things. I have to it's weird. So it kicks me out, and then I have to go over to Streamlabs and then refresh it and then come back in. It's weird. I've had this happen a few other times. And it wasn't my internet, because my internet never went down, and the live chat was going for me the whole time. Normally, a big sign to me when my internet causes it is the live chat stops. I can't. It's like, you guys stop talking, and it's like, what the hell? But the live chat never stops. It's weird. I don't know. Whatever. We're here. We're back. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter what it was. All I know is I'm back. I'm back, baby. You mentioned before the new chip that Nintendo was getting. Is there any more info on the chip? Do you think the chip is the OLED? No. The Nintendo's already said it's not a different chip. It's the same chip. So what we know is that Nintendo. We know a couple things. One, that Nvidia was hiring people to work on a new Tegra chip for gaming consoles. That's a fact. That was in their hiring post. So we know they were hiring people for a new chip. In addition, we know that there was a reference inside the Nintendo operating system to a chip recently that was not AULA. So AULA was referenced to Switch OLED, which was using a Marico chip, which is what Switch already uses. There was a new reference to a new chip very recently. That reference still factually exists, as of the fact that NVIDIA was hiring people. So those are facts. Doesn't mean we're ever getting a Switch Pro. Doesn't mean we're ever getting a more powerful Switch in general. We might get it could all be for next generation, right? That's what I'm kind of telling you guys. Like, it might be for next gen, a Switch 2. But that stuff is still factual information. It's not like, it's not a rumor. That stuff does exist. We just don't really know what it's for. We kind of presumed it was for a Switch Pro, but we don't know if a Switch Pro exists or not. Some people in the media are claiming it still does exist, like Jeff Grubb. But Jeff Grubb was wrong about Twilight Princess and The Wind Waker being this year, too. So, what are you going to do? The Wii U was a great system, but I agree with you. The naming it like the Wii and having almost no promotion for it killed it, but I love it, and I still play it every now and then. Yeah, I mean, I liked Wii U. I still thought Samus was thick before we found out she was a girl. How was tidying up? I hate cleaning. Dude, I'm not a cleaning fan. It's not done yet. I've got 1, 2, 3 garbage bags right now in here that are almost full of stuff. I got a lot of stuff moved. I'm not done. It's probably going to take me another hour tomorrow to finish up getting this place back to the way I want it to be. But that's okay. It's not that big a deal. The reason this place, my studio, doesn't get as clean as I'd like it to be, my kids sometimes come in here. Obviously, we made a mess during E3 because it was just crazy. And then I haven't been down here much. You guys notice I haven't been making as many videos, doing as many live streams. So I haven't been in here as much, so it hasn't bothered me as much because I haven't been in here to clean it. And then obviously I have 3 kids and my studio's at home, so I'm always cleaning the rest of the house all the time. So the last place I think about is the place I'm not in at that moment, right? So yeah, but yeah, I want to start what's gonna get my mindset, and basically put it this way: when the studio's a mess, I don't want to be in here, and if I don't want to be in here, videos aren't gonna get made. I'll take my laptop upstairs. I'll do my other job upstairs. Don't want to be in here. So the solution is finally get this place cleaned up so I actually feel good in here. So I feel inspired, right? That was what was nice about everything I got cleaned right before E3 is I felt so inspired by just having this place be clean. So I got to get back to that. Some reorganizing, some other stuff to do, but we're getting there. We're slow. I mean, I'm still looking around. There's still a lot of stuff sitting around, but we're getting there. It's a lot further along than it was before I started doing it today. So, let's see here. I was just wondering if there was any more news about the chip. Nope, nothing else. E3 seemed like it could make a bit of a mess. Lots of drinks and giveaway items. Probably, dude. It's just been a big cluster F, but it's okay. We'll be all right. Think things will be all right around here. We'll get back at it. Best Buy made bundles today for the OLED Switch. Interesting. Really? Let me see. I mean, if they did, cool. I'm sure they sold out. Maybe it's because they don't want to sell a lot of them. Well, how much were the bundles? What were they selling? Like, they bundle a Pro controller with. That's not that bad. Metroid Dread wouldn't be a bad one. They still don't have pre-orders for the normal ones. What were the bundles? Oh, there's the bundles. So, wait, did they actually sell these bundles yet? Or did they just make bundles? Because I see a Metroid Dread with a carrying case bundle. Then I see just a normal Metroid Dread bundle for both colors. And then I see obviously the case itself and then the normal one. So, I mean, Metroid Dread does come out the same day, so I guess, pre-ordering both together wouldn't be a bad thing. Because, I don't know. Yeah, they made them recently. I don't think they were. It doesn't look like they were ever available to pre-order. So, everyone knows it was Nintendo Prime sabotaging the stream, probably. Playing Super Metroid right now to prepare for Metroid Dread. Yeah, oh, it is a sequel, so don't blame you for that. Whoa! Why is my tweet blowing up? No wonder my phone's blowing up. Who retweeted me? What? Some big person retweeted me because my tweet. Okay, so I made a tweet earlier today saying that Nintendo has made some more changes to Skyward Sword HD or whatever. And it's got like 226 likes. That is insane. I don't get that kind of likes on my tweets. Who retweeted me that has like a huge following? Hold on. This Noah person did. Nope, they're not that big. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I never get that many likes. Maybe that's just how many likes I can get off of my own followers. And maybe someone just liked it. Because sometimes like when someone you know or someone you follow on Twitter likes something, it leads to it appearing for your followers, even if you didn't retweet it. So it could be just some big name liked my tweet. I don't know who, though. I'm looking through the list. I don't really see anyone who's too big. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm underselling my own audience on Twitter. Because it's funny. As much as I have lost followers on YouTube, right? So, like, we've literally lost, like, a couple hundred subscribers on YouTube. I haven't lost, like, any on Twitter. In fact, I gain new ones every day. I think I'm really close to 14,700. So my Twitter's growing while my YouTube's sinking. Because that makes sense. Because that's the way the cookie crumbles. That makes so much sense. Hey, there we go. I finally lost members. We've lost 6 members. We went from 131 to 125. Hey. You gotta go? Later, Christopher Lockhart. You have a beer belly. Gross. I would not call this a beer belly, Salt and Pepper. One, I'm just fat. And this thing right here, I don't know if you can really tell. This huge thing right here is from a hernia. It's fat that protects my organs that came out from a hernia, and when I had the hernia repair surgery, they never removed it. So I've got like a 15-pound chunk of really hard fat just sitting there. That really sucks, and my insurance won't cover me removing it. So I gotta pay out of pocket. It'll get removed eventually. It's a pain in my ass. Not happy about it, but I mean, that doesn't change the fact I'm fat on top of that, but it makes me look worse than I really am. But it's not just because I drink beer doesn't mean I have a beer belly. I don't drink enough beer to have a beer belly. Like literally, I went without drinking for like a year and a half. It didn't change my belly at all. It's just I'm fat. Any plans on a podcast soon? Eric wants to do one tomorrow. Because Wednesday we got the Bucks game. So Eric wants to do one tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get to it. We'll see. I don't want to make any promises right now. I do want, yeah. Eric's really pushing me to get the podcast going again. Again, I got to get my studio put back together. I'm so uncomfortable in this studio, even right now as I'm streaming. I got to get this place put back together. It's like why I haven't barely been doing anything on camera. It's not because I'm fine with how I look. Like, you know. Yeah, I had not umbilical. So I had part of my intestine came out. One of my kids headbutted me a couple of years ago at this point. Maybe it was 2.5 years ago at this point. I don't know. Headbutted me, and it just like headbutted my gut, and it was really bad. What time tomorrow? It would be if we do a podcast tomorrow, it'll be at 8 p.m. Central Time. You'll know probably by like noon or 1 o'clock tomorrow, because if I'm going to do a podcast, I'm going to set it up like, you know, ahead of time so people have a chance to like set notifications for it and stuff. I'm still working out on if there's going to be a guest. That's I don't know. I gotta. The big thing to me is tomorrow morning I gotta finish getting this place taken care of. I finish getting this room taken care of. Everything else will take care of itself. But I gotta do other things tomorrow. I have to mow the lawn. My lawnmower's down, so I have to go to my parents' house and bring their lawnmower over here. That's a bit of a haul. Then I gotta mow. Then I gotta bring it back. That's gonna be most of my morning. But then I gotta get this place clean and then a bunch of crap. I got so much crap to do. It never ends. I got work to do. I got so much crap to do. And yeah, I know the podcasts are good. Thank you. I miss doing them. I miss the podcast. I miss streaming all the time and podcasts, and I miss that, guys. I really do. So hopefully back at it here normally soon, especially once the NBA playoffs are done. That'll help. Although as soon as they're done, I go on my cruise. So I guess after my cruise is probably when things return to normal. Maybe things return to normal on the cruise. I have no idea. Would I buy a suit, Larry? What? Would you buy a Leisure Suit, Larry game? Oh. I don't know. I don't know much about that series. I've heard of it. So Joy-Con Drift, do you think they're going to have a different mechanic to fix it? No. Also, do you think they're going to fix the slider issue? You mean fix the loose rails? No. Sorry. I wish I had better news. I mean, it's possible that what do they call it? Joy-Con. God, it's not drift. The is it not waggle? The loose Joy-Con thing where it feels a little wobbly, or like the plastic nub that locks it in, breaking when you drop a switch, or like take it off wrong. I don't think any of that's getting fixed at all. No. Anything related to Joy-Cons are not changing. At least in my opinion, they're not changing. GG, y'all. GG. What the heck? Oh, you guys were playing Smash. Okay, I was like, what the hell? I'm not used to people saying GG when I don't even know what the hell's going on. But I guess you guys were playing a Smash game. Smash, smash, baby, this evening. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I enjoy doing this stuff on YouTube. It's just, I've been really busy lately, and I need to get this place fully cleaned up. It's been a pain in my ass. Oh, today's my fiance's birthday, in case you guys didn't know. My lovely fiance, Yulia. I wish he'd pop in the chat. Oh yeah, the ultimate drink package is taken care of. We'll be at least I'll be boozing. I don't know how much Yulia will do. She'll drink some. But it is my fiance's birthday. She's at work right now. Birthday shot. Well, I mean, if any of them happen, it's just me doing them because she's at work. I don't know if she's even gonna pop in the chat. She's probably watching a movie right now. Yeah, she's at work watching a movie. She does in-home care. Yeah, she's a caregiver. She does in-home care. So when she does the night shift, when she gets to the last couple hours, she mostly just has to be there, in case one of the clients wakes up. So she has time to sit down and watch a movie for her last couple hours. What ship are we going on? I don't want to tell you that because what if you show up? Yes, there's a lot of lawsuits over Joy-Con Drift. A lot of them. Yeah, there's a ton of lawsuits over Joy-Con Drift. So many lawsuits. Oh yeah. But yeah, she turned. Well, it's up to her. I think she's gonna pop on for a moment, just to say hi to you guys. Any updates on the lawsuits? I don't have any updates. No. I mean, I just did quick Google searches. Maybe some of them have had a little movement. None of them are closed, from what I could tell. So. Favorite restaurant? My favorite restaurant? Gosh. I like Casa Mexicana, but probably though Texas Roadhouse. I don't go there very often. Olive Garden's okay, but again, 3 completely different types of food settings, right? You have your steakhouse, you have your Italian, you have your Mexican. In your vision, how much do you think Skyward Sword HD will sell first day? $1 million. And there is my lovely fiance, everyone. It is her birthday. Yulia's here in the chat. Happy birthday to you. A happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my lovely fiance, Yulia. Oh, oh. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, honey. Welcome to the chat. What the heck? Why? Oops. I was like, what the heck are you doing? She turned the ripe old age of 21 today. "21." That's right. Your boy over here. Pulling the 21-year-olds. Yeah, I've had Rainforest Cafe. It's okay. Rainforest Cafe is just okay. You mostly go for the atmosphere than the food. I don't think the food's really great. It's just, it's fine. But the atmosphere is really cool. So that's usually why you go. It's a great place to take kids to. Although I don't think I've taken my kids to it. I don't know. I wouldn't remember anyways. I'm watching King of Queens. Such a funny show. It can be. Have you ever tried high chew candy? No, I have not. Favorite cut of steak? That's a good question. Probably the New York strip, but I've had other cuts. I don't like, so I don't know if this is just because, you know, I'm always, I don't know. The fattier cuts are obviously more flavorful. But I don't like having to like chew the fat or cut around the fat in my steak. So I really like really lean cuts. So like a New York strip kind of cut, that's like a really leaner cut. There's other lean cuts you can get as well. But I usually always just default to the New York strip. It's not, you know, the greatest piece of meat. I've had steak that tastes better, but I just like low fat cuts. Even though I realize fat has flavor, and I just go for the low fat cuts. It's just always been the way I am. Texas Roadhouse equals roadkill mac and cheese and salad for $12. No, that's just an outright lie. I know where my local Texas Roadhouse gets their meat from. It's not roadkill. No. It's okay if you don't like it though. There's better steakhouses out there. Just we don't have a lot of options in my area. And then I get I smother it with onions, right? I get the you know, gotta smother my steak in onions. That's how I like it done. I bought an Xbox Series X and signed up for the $1 Game Pass for 3 months. Wow, great value playing Gears of War 4 and the newest Forza Horizon. Great game. Yeah, dude. You get the Series S. Yeah. It's a really great deal. It's a really great deal. And even afterwards, when you got to pay like $15 a month for Ultimate, like, dude, that's nothing compared. Think about how much money you could spend on video games. Like, it's a really sweet value. There used to be a way you could cheat. They closed the loophole. Fine. There used to be a way you could cheat the system and convert like a bunch of shit for like 3 years, up to 3 years into Game Pass Ultimate. They finally closed that. I think Microsoft knew about that loophole and they were just letting it go because they wanted people to they wanted big numbers. But how do I like you like rare? My dad likes rare too. I'm more of a medium. I'll go medium. No, I'd say just medium. Yulia likes medium. I like some pink in mine. Yulia likes hers medium well. I just like medium. If it ends up being medium rare, I'll eat it. It's fine. I think it's still good. But I'm more of a medium. How I like my steak done. Someone texting me right now? Oh. um Thanks for subscribing, Skateboard PSC. Hey, is that our first new subscriber during the stream tonight? Guys, you guys remember when we used to get like 30 new subs during a live stream? Man, those were the days. Those were the days. Now we I have this member goal, right? Oh yeah, remember we used to get like 5 new members, right? Like every stream. Now we don't even get 1. We don't get like, you don't even average 1 new subscriber per live stream. What happened? Why did my channel die? Well, I've been making less content. To be honest, I have been making less content. So hopefully after I get my studio cleaned up by Wednesday of this week, even though I won't be streaming Wednesday night because I'll be watching the Bucks playoff game, I will be making a bunch of videos. I'm hoping that I'm back up to 2 or 3 videos Monday through Friday starting on Wednesday. That's my goal anyways. We'll see what happens. I think once I get back to actually making my content at the same level I was making my content before E3, things might bounce back just naturally. That, or I'm going to start losing a bunch of subscribers. Either way, I'll lose subscribers faster. I have no idea. I love me some shrimp. My dad gets his steaks blue. Yeesh. Coconut shrimp. Oh my gosh. Steak's an interesting food because there are so many varieties. The cut, the grade, the way it's cooked. Yeah. There's a lot of varieties. Switch Pro is coming 2022. All right. Maybe. I have no idea. Do I ever go for seafood? I'm not much of a seafood guy. Like, as an example, the only fish I really like is cod. And cod is like a really, like, not very fishy fish. And then I smother it in butter anyways. Which, by the way, smothering seafood in butter is, like, normal for pretty much any seafood. Whether you're having lobster or shrimp, whatever. Like, people like dipping seafood in butter. But I'm not that big into seafood. I'm just not. Yulia likes seafood, though. God, I don't even know if I've ever had lobster. I don't like shrimp. I know that for sure. I've tried shrimp several ways, cooked in many different ways. I don't like shrimp. But maybe I would like lobster. I should really try lobster sometime. I think when I'm on the cruise, we have a thing we paid for where I could try some lobster. So maybe I'll try some lobster on my cruise. Just to finally try it. It's already paid for. Even though I can get steak instead. It's like, oh, do I get a steak that I know it's juicy and I'm going to love it? Or do I get lobster? I'll try lobster one time. Who knows? Maybe I end up loving lobster. No idea. I guess I could just go to like the Red Lobster around here or something and just try a lobster without having to spend a lot of money. Nancy says, the real question about the OLED trailer is how the F was that woman so calm? She was playing Breath of the Wild too. Yeah, I know. She wasn't actually playing it. Yeah, she was holding a dummy Switch. That's how they run those commercials. There's nothing actually on the screens. We also like eating prime ribs. Next thing you know, you're going to tell me you also like eating Nintendo Prime. Oh, snap. Do you think EA will add Dead Space to the Nintendo Switch? No. All right, I think we're going to call that a stream. I got a few things I got to tidy up upstairs before I go to bed. Then obviously I got to finish this shithole. It's nice that it doesn't look bad on camera, but that's because like the framing here never looks bad on camera because there's nothing going on here. But I got shit here. There's shit everywhere. But it'll be all good. It'll be all good. I think. Tomorrow, because I'm highly motivated to get this place cleaned up, so I feel more inspired for videos. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you being here. Let's see if I can go through. I don't know if the super chats are gonna pop up. I don't think they're going to for me. I hate this new. So it's not really new at this point. This studio backend is really horrible at at giving me information on super chats. It's so dumb. It's just dumb. I'm gonna go to Streamlabs and see if it pops up because Streamlabs isn't very good at tracking it either. But I want to make sure I shut out the handful of super chats we did have tonight, or the few we had. I guess I should say. So let's see here. We had Isaac Meeks with $2 for sure. We had Ray with $5, and I think there was someone else that did a $6 one, but it's not popping up towards the beginning of the stream. So, yeah, I don't know. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys had fun tonight. Had that little skit and everything. I hope that was fun for you guys. Hopefully we're back tomorrow for the podcast. I can't guarantee it. If we're not doing the podcast, there'll be a different live stream. But my goal is to get the podcast going for tomorrow. We'll be streaming a lot sooner, 8 p.m. because I will have the studio clean before then. That's why I was cleaning before. So, see you guys. Peace out.